Hi there and welcome to Capital View. The Lalit Modi affair threatens to engulf the entire political class. But at the heart of the controversy is Rajasthan because Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje is in the eye of a storm and in the line of fire. Joining us on this episode, Congress Chief in Rajasthan, Sachin Pilot. Thanks so much for being with us. You're calling for the resignation of Vasundhara Raje Scindia. But the fact is, these revelations, these links with Lalit Modi have been out in the public domain for years. It's not exactly new. So, what is the new development that you feel at the moment is leading you to call for her resignation?
Well, first of all, any of these allegations haven't been brought forward by the Congress party. These allegations and disclosures have been made public by Mr. Lalit Modi himself. Now, the association that the Chief Minister has had with Lalit Modi is no secret. The fact that he almost ran the government when they were in power previously is a known fact. Those facts pale in comparison to what has been revealed now. Now what has come to light is that Mr. Lalit Modi, a fugitive of law, was absconding from this country for 5.5 years. And someone who has been served 15 ED notices has been running away from the grips of Indian authorities. That person is being helped to procure travel documents by the then leader of opposition, which is a constitutional position. So, to help and abet someone who is a fugitive of law is a criminal act. She actually gave an undertaking that I am willing to be a secret witness for the procurement of documents for Mr. Lalit Modi, but no Indian agency should know about my being a witness. That itself, she knew she is breaking the law. I've heard Lalit Modi say on TV that she signed the document in front of him. Now, whether those documents are genuine or not is for the job of the government of India to find out.
But the fact remains that, it was a Congress government in power from 2008 to 2013 in Rajasthan. Why did your investigations into this fail to make any headway? The fact is, as you have said, these links have been known. The links between Lalit Modi and Dushyant Singh's company, which is Vasundhara Raje's son's company, have been known. Why did you not make any headway in your investigations at that time?
The transaction allegations about financial impropriety have been going on. There was a committee set up by the Rajasthan government that went into looking into all the details that were alleged. But this is a whole different set of issues. This is not financial mismanagement or misappropriation. This is criminal culpability. The fact that you are willingly helping someone outside of India to attain travel documents is a crime under so many IPC, CRPC conditions. Therefore, this is a whole different, and that's why Congress party in Delhi and Rajasthan Pradesh Congress Committee have said that any investigation that has to be done only when she is not in power. While you are Chief Minister, what sort of investigation can you have?
But I put it to you that the BJP says that the reason why you are not investigating Dushyant Singh and his links with Lalit Modi is because the former Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot's son is similarly culpable. There are a number of charges against him. Vaibhav Gehlot,
yes,
when he was in certain companies, got certain multi-million crore rupee contracts because Vaibhav Gehlot was in that company.
Fair enough. Everybody is free to allege in this country. What Mr. Gehlot has said, and I am saying to you, is let there be a sitting High Court judge inquiry into both Mr. Gehlot's son and the Chief Minister's son. Let the truth prevail. Why are they not ordering inquiry? Why is the Finance Minister of India giving a clean chit sitting in Washington without any inquiry?
Problem arises is that, people say there's a Milli Bhagat. Between Congress and BJP, there's a Milli Bhagat.
There is no
that
Milli
Lalit
Bhagat.
Modi has links across the board with the BJP, with the Congress. After all, Mr. Rajiv Shukla has also been named.
Sagarika,
Mr. Praful Patel has been
listen
named.
To me.
Mr. Sharad Pawar has been named.
Named for what? Knowing somebody is not criminal. You can shake hands, have dinner, have a photograph, no problem. But if you're going out of the way, breaking the law and then helping a fugitive on paper, that's breaking the law. If you know somebody, that's fine. But how are you misusing a position? The foreign minister misused a position. Mrs. Vasundhara Raje misused a position.
No, but the question is, what did your government do?
Let me tell you.
Aside from Mr. Chidambaram writing those 2 letters to the Chancellor of the Exchequer, why did your government not initiate extradition
the fact
proceedings?
that Mr. Lalit Modi could not travel outside the UK, he was stuck there for 4 years, is because of the pressure of our UPA government. It's only when Narendra Modi came into power, Lalit Modi's fortunes turned. He then was able to travel freely across the world, and in fact, I think he's quite angry with them because they are not delivering as much as he expected. Your law is same for everybody. CPM, Congress, BJP makes no difference. If you've broken the law, you have to pay for it. And I think the Congress party is very clear. If anybody is involved in helping a criminal person, then the law will take its own course.
Now, again, the BJP could turn around and say that Dushyant Singh is like Robert Vadra. So, after all, when Robert Vadra is the son-in-law, he also benefited from a number of contracts in Congress ruled states. So, what's the difference between Dushyant Singh and Robert Vadra?
Robert Vadra name has been used politically for years together. There is a BJP government in Rajasthan, there is a BJP government in Haryana, there is a BJP government in the nation. Let them inquire. In fact, they have instituted an inquiry in Haryana, right? So, what stops the BJP from taking similar actions against people whose name have now cropped up? We are open for inquiry, whether it's Mr. X, Y or Z or Mr. Vadra, whoever it is that people want to allege, let there be a fair inquiry.
So there should be an inquiry into Robert Vadra, and at the same time there should be an inquiry into Dushyant Singh.
That inquiry has already been ordered in the state government of Haryana. Let the similar inquiry be conducted by the government of India and Rajasthan government for names that have come up now. You can't have two yardsticks.
So both should be equally probed. Both Robert Vadra and Dushyant Singh should be equally probed.
Robert Vadra is already being probed. The Haryana government has set up a committee with a 6 months timeline to come up with all the facts they want to do.
So you are going to persist in the demand that Vasundhara Raje resigns and Sushma Swaraj resigns. Is that going to be your tack, that you will not give up, you will not let Parliament function
Congress party is
unless
very
these two people
unambiguously
resign?
stated. The law is same for everybody. If there is a violation of Indian law, if you've done something improper, then you must step down. The Congress party, when we were in government, our chief ministers, our ministers, when there were allegations made against them, even before they were proved, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi made them step down. There is morality in politics.
But that's an interesting question.
Yes.
What are the grounds of a political resignation? Because Shashi Tharoor stepped down before there was an FIR or before there was even a charge sheet. So
Yes.
what are the grounds for a political resignation? Should it be impropriety? Should it be the money trail? Should it be an FIR? Should it be a charge sheet?
But
what is
if-
the ground
but if
on
in a
which
case-
someone who holds a political post should resign?
But if in a case all those four are applicable, then what happens? And even
No,
then
but
they don't
Sushma
resign.
Swaraj would say, where's the quid pro quo? Where's the
There
benefit?
are now revelations
Where's the
coming
cash
up.
benefit?
You don't have to have benefits in cash, they can be in kind also. As far as the CM of Rajasthan is concerned, there is multiple quid pro quos. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out how she and the family have benefited from acquainting themselves with Mr. Lalit Modi. And anybody who knows Rajasthan knows that the 5 years between 2003 and 8, he ran the show. It's absolutely known to everybody. But that apart, this new fact that has emerged, I think has really now put the BJP under scanner. Therefore, I don't think that they can hold on much longer.
But what are you going to do? She's dug her heels in and the BJP is saying there is no ground on which she has to resign.
I think every day that goes by, the BJP and the Prime Minister himself are losing political capital on this issue, because they promised a transparent government, a zero tolerance for corruption. And I think of all the 1 year achievement, when people asked what is the 1 year achievement, they said we are giving a clean and corrupt free government. That's what Mr. Modi said. Now, here is the developments of the last 2 weeks, where every day new revelations are coming out. And again, I repeat, it is not something that the Congress party is alleging. I'm not doing any witch hunting, and frankly speaking, I have nothing personal against Sushma Swaraj ji or Vasundhara ji. But what they're doing as Chief Minister and Foreign Minister is under public scrutiny. You've got to have some...
so who's more culpable according to you, Vasundhara or
I think
Sushma?
both are culpable. Both are culpable, but Vasundhara Raje ji, unfortunately, has done something on record and said that my testimony as a secret witness to Lalit Modi must not be made public. Now, why would someone put that clause in the affidavit? It's because she knew that by helping a fugitive of law, you're breaking Indian law. You can't do that once you are under the position of leader of opposition, and that's a constitutional position. She was an MLA, she was a public servant. So, Prevention of Corruption Act, IPC, CRPC, there are multiple charges that need to be put on her.
So, you as the head of the Congress in Rajasthan, you are going to fight this out tooth and nail, and if she doesn't resign, you're going to continue to press for her resignation.
We have to, because I don't think the people of Rajasthan want a chief minister who's embroiled in this controversial affair for so long.
So is that your single point agenda now, that she has to resign?
I think she has to go, no matter how much cover fire Amit Shah and Narendra Modi gave her from Delhi. The fact is that the truth will prevail, the documents will come out, and you can only fight up to a point. Beyond that, they will have to submit to the demands of the people.
And what about the monsoon session? You know, several key bills are pending in Parliament, such as the GST bill. Are you going to entirely stall the monsoon session because you're going to press for resignation, that unless they resign, we're not going to let the House function?
There is no joy in stalling anything. But the simple fact of the matter is, Sagarika, that the Congress party, as the principal opposition party, is within its right to ask for resignations when we and the whole country feels it's improper for them, whether it's the state assembly or the Indian parliament. We will make our voices heard, and this government cannot bulldoze and say that different standards.
No, but then you're doing the same thing to the BJP, what the BJP did to you, that they didn't let sessions
I don't
function.
Think, I don't
so you're
think,
going to do the same
no,
thing, you're not going to let session function.
I disagree with you, because whenever there was even a hint of allegation on any of our ministers, proven or not, I mean, there is morality, there is probability in public life, and Mrs. Gandhi's party president made sure that people had to go. You don't have to go to court and drag on for years for you to be declared a criminal or a violator of law. In public life, if something is alleged, if you can't defend and deny it.
Unless they resign, you will not allow parliament to function.
Well, I am not the leader of the parliamentary party, but the sense I get is that the Congress party will certainly make this issue in Indian parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and the government has to answer. How else do you make them answer and make them accountable?
You're saying that Mr. Modi has to speak. But the fact is, when there are no formal charges, why should the Prime Minister speak?
Come on. So, here is a government that believes in collective responsibility. Here is a very senior member of her cabinet who is a member of the CCS, Cabinet Committee on Security. Here is a chief minister of your party on which serious allegations are being made, and here is a Prime Minister who loves communicating. I mean, he is tweeting, he is talking, you switch a channel and you see his face almost every time. And it makes one wonder why for the last 2 weeks he's kept absolutely mum on this issue. When he can talk about everything under the sun, why must he not talk about his own party colleagues? I think that's double speak.
But he could say that there are no formal charges. There are no formal charges against either of these two ladies.
Let
and
him
so therefore,
say that.
why should he speak?
Let him say that. Is he not answerable for his cabinet?
But aren't you trying to drag Narendra Modi into the controversy?
Mr. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of our country. And if his foreign minister or his chief minister of his party are doing something improper and illegal, the only person who should and can answer is the Prime Minister. You can't run away. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't only speak when you want to speak and then keep absolutely mum on very, very serious issues. Not to say till charges are proven, till you go to court, till someone is a criminal, I will not open my mouth. No, there is collective responsibility. By having two ministers come out and say that she has done it on humanitarian ground is not enough. And to say that the transactions between Vasundhara Ji's son and Lalit Modi are commercial dealing between two individuals, how can somebody give a clean chit sitting in Washington without even probing into the matter?
Right.
I think what they're doing now is trying to see how much will this pressure be on. And
but you know, Sachin, what's happened is that the BJP is dug in its heels and they've thrown their weight behind these two individuals and they've said, we don't believe they should resign. So are you ready for this battle unto the finish? Because they're saying they won't resign, you're saying they have to resign.
I've asked for resignation, I've given ample reasons why they should resign. Why doesn't somebody in the BJP get up and give me ample reason why they shouldn't resign?
Sushma Swaraj and Vasundhara Raje have to resign, otherwise the Congress will not allow the monsoon session of Parliament to go ahead. Also, Mr. Narendra Modi must speak. That is the demand of the Congress as voiced by Sachin Pilot. Lots more on the other side. Welcome back to Capital View. We're talking to the Congress's chief in Rajasthan, Sachin Pilot, on the Lalit Modi allegations against Vasundhara Raje and against External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj. Let's be honest, the real story of Lalit Modi is the Indian Political League, the IPL, because everyone is mixed in with Mr. Lalit Modi in some way or the other. We have the Mumbai police chief Rakesh Maria now involved in it in some way. We have lots of other ministers involved in it in some way. So would you say that this is a malaise in our political life? That in fact these links with the super rich actually go very, very deep across party lines?
It's true that the IPL has attracted more controversy than anything else in the recent past, and I think a cleanup operation at some point has to be done. The sports bill was stalled for whatever reason, and even the new government, I don't see the determination to really segregate all the negativity out of the IPL. Cricket is a very passionate issue in this country. Everyone loves the sport, everybody wants to follow it, but when its credibility is at stake, strong action needs to be taken, and I think there is consensus publicly on this particular issue. But let's also try and put the two issues apart. You know, to be rich or to know somebody or to mingle with somebody is not illegal in any book in this country. But when you are actually breaking law, when you're actually doing foreign exchange violations, then that's a problem.
But doesn't every political party have a Lalit Modi-like figure tucked away somewhere? Doesn't
and
every political party have links with people like Lalit Modi?
At some point, these figures and their associates, the truth will come out. It took 2, 3, 4 years for this to come out. I'm sure more will come out, but it doesn't mean that you think it's all okay just because there are multiple parties who know Mr. Lalit Modi, for example, that it's okay because it's spread over political parties. No, if someone has willingly broken the law, then you have got to act against it. You can't say that just because I know 50 other people and I've taken 4 other names. Prove documents. If they can produce documents that anybody in any of the party has helped Mr. Lalit Modi in the same way that Vasundhara Raje has helped, same action must be taken. Same, absolutely.
But I come down to it. I mean, why is it that action is not taken? Why is it that investigations are not launched? Is it because there is, as I say, a kind of a Mili Bhagat? Because, at the end of the day, you've got Douching, you've got a Robert Vadra, you've got other people in certain parties, you've got some people in other parties. So would you say that time has now come for people like Douching, like Robert Vadra, like even a Vaibhav Gehlot, to all face inquiry and all face an independent probe?
Please, let's be clear. The allegation against Mr. Robert Vadra pertain to a company and him, correct? And misuse of influence because of family, etc. That is being investigated by a state government committee in Haryana. But look at the other case. Here is a dubious firm getting money from Mauritius, investing, the source of funds also, by the way. Mr. Jaitley says that it's a commercial transaction between 2 private firms, and he's saying nothing is to be done. Government, his words are, government can't be concerned between the transaction between 2 individuals. But the same yardstick does not apply for Mr. Robert Vadra. Him you want to victimize because he thinks he's your opponent. But in this case, he's saying everything is okay.
No, but why didn't you investigate Douching? You were in power from 2008 to 2013. Why didn't you investigate?
It did not come up. It was not an allegation brought about. There are 8.5 lakh companies in this country. You can't investigate every company. As and when the documents come across.
No, but these allegations were out in the public domain. These allegations are not new. Against Mr. Douching, these allegations are not new.
No, there are certain new allegations that have come forward also. So there is, like I said, every hour nowadays, thanks to Mr. Lalit Modi, there are new papers and new allegations and new documents that are coming into public domain.
So what are you going to do now in Rajasthan? What is your agenda in Rajasthan?
Every district in Rajasthan has had a protest. We are doing another protest day after tomorrow. We will continue to do everything it takes for us to be the voice of the people, to make sure that we have a government that is not corrupt at the top of the governance pyramid. And as politicians, we can only become, the champions of what people want. Ultimately, the decision is the BJP's. But let me tell you, let the BJP make no mistake about this. They want to live in denial, and for whatever internal politics or pressure are saying that there is no need for resignation. But in this country, the truth shall prevail. The evidence is out. There's only so much time that the BJP can buy for the Chief Minister of Rajasthan.
And you will continue to agitate and continue to have movements unless Vasundhara Raje steps down.
We will do our bit, and I think people are with us. But the final action has to be taken by the BJP. And like I said earlier, it's only a matter of time till the BJP realizes that the situation is untenable and she must go.
I must just bring up a question about Sushma Swaraj, which has been heard in Delhi. Is it a fact that the top leadership of your party was not in favor of going against Mrs. Swaraj? Is it because the links between your party and Mrs. Swaraj are so good that the top leadership of your party didn't really want to press the case against Mrs. Sushma Swaraj too strongly?
I think the top leader of our party is Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And they made it very clear that both the Chief Minister of Rajasthan and the Foreign Minister must go.
No, Rahul Gandhi said it, but is it also a case that the top leaders, the senior leaders of your party don't want to press the case against Mrs. Sushma Swaraj?
I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the vice president of the Congress party, and he is the top leader along with Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. And what they've said is very clear, it's very unambiguous. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that once you cross the line, no matter who it is, who you are, who you know, it makes no difference. You have got to be able to stand up and say, yes, there was a mistake and I gave my papers.
Right. Let's come to a different question. Why did the Congress leadership stay away from the Yoga Day celebrations?
I don't think it's a question of staying away. First of all, this was actually done less, I think, for the propagation of yoga, but more for the personal popularity of the Prime Minister. And I don't think it's anyone's job.
But yoga is an Indian brand. Yoga is about India.
No, but you can see in this country what has happened now of recent past is what you eat, who you pray to, and how you exercise has to be told by the government. Now, whether I do yoga or play kabaddi, it's my personal choice. But when you are given government circulars that so-and-so has to do at so-and-so time, I think that's inappropriate. No one is against yoga. I think.
But by not going to Yoga Day,
No,
didn't you make it about Modi?
Just because I don't join,
by Congress
just because
not going to Yoga Day,
just
didn't you
because
make it into about brand Modi?
just because I don't join the lineup of the BJP leadership and the RSS leadership and do pranayam on the streets of Delhi doesn't mean I'm anti-yoga. And I don't need anyone's permission or invitation to do yoga. It's my choice. It's my personal choice. And I think this country has had yoga for 5,000 years.
But it's International Day of Yoga.
And we are really happy about it. I think it's not something that can only be claimed by the BJP. So just because
why didn't you attend the celebrations
just
then?
because you don't get invited to the government
but if
function.
it's International Day of Yoga, why didn't you attend the celebrations?
I don't think you have to attend an organized program by the BJP to make it look like you like yoga and you are for yoga. This country in the world, there are millions of people.
No, but he's the Prime Minister of India. The
So
Prime
what?
Minister of India is having a yoga event celebrating International Day of Yoga. Why should the Congress let it
I
become a
don't think
BJP
it-
event?
no, I think it's
Mani,
not- why-
Arvind Kejriwal went to the event. Manish Sisodia went to the
Chief
event.
Minister of Karnataka did the yoga event. So it's not a question of party. It's a very simple issue.
Why did Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi stay away?
Why should they go when the BJP has invited them or not invited them? It's their personal choice whether they go or not go. You know, it is a great publicity issue. It is great that India is now practicing yoga publicly on the streets, but it should not really be used as a propaganda machine for the Prime Minister himself. In fact, I think the whole nation and the world over people are doing yoga, but why must it become a vehicle of political upmanship? Why must it be that?
But if you went there, if the Congress had gone there in full strength, then you would have made it about brand India, not just about brand Modi.
I don't think we want to make it about anything political about yoga. Yoga should be left alone. It should not be politicized. There was a lot of talks about yoga being forced. Certain sections of our society were opposing it. All this and this, issue about the vice president not going there. It's all being done to somehow very subtly polarize and politicize this. But I don't think this can sustain very long because yoga is not bound by one party or one set of people or one ideology.
So the Congress did not participate in International Day of Yoga because for you it was a propaganda attempt by Mr.
It
Narendra Modi.
seemed like a propaganda machinery was at its work. It was trying to do something which is Indian, which is our historical legacy and asset for our society. But as opposed to being a societal effort, the effort was to try to make it more of a BJP centric and a Narendra Modi propaganda, and that's the perception that we all had. I think the Prime Minister's choice was what he wants to do. Does he want to still keep on promoting himself and still be on the campaign mode, or does he want to come back and talk about governance issues, about farmer suicides, about these corrupt people in his party and what action he's taking, or he still wants to keep on doing the high blitz media campaign that he's so good at?
How much traction as a party are you getting at the moment with Rahul Gandhi out there with him, with all the farmers' agitations? How much traction do you believe you're getting at the moment? Because you are at your lowest ebb, let's face it. You're down to 44 seats. You've never been at 44 seats. Do you believe that there's been some improvement in your fortunes? Or do you believe that you're keeping up these campaigns but nothing on the ground is really changing?
You see, the Congress party in the last 130 years has won many elections and we lost a few. But at any point, whether we win or lose, there is a political responsibility that we have, and we're discharging that with complete honesty and the full conviction that we have. Now, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, all of us are out there to make sure that the government delivers on its promises. That's the job of the principal opposition party. I can tell you in my state of Rajasthan, in the Lok Sabha polls, we had a vote share of 30%. The BJP was 56%. In the Panchayat polls a couple of months ago, we were up 45% and they were down to 47%. So the gap is closing to almost 2% from a 26% gap. So the people have realized that this whole promise of black money and jobs and bring down prices, moong ki dal is 125 rupees a kilo today. So price haven't come down. Corruption is now rampant at the top echelons of this government and this party, and jobs are not being created. Farmers are committing suicide. And how long can you just make speeches and this chest thumping will only get you so far and no further.
But as my last question, do you concede that Mr. Modi is a far better communicator than perhaps your government was? Because whatever it is that he's doing, at least he's communicating. He's communicating to the people, he's taking his message to the people. You may say that these are UPA policies that he's communicating, but he's communicating them.
Let me answer in a bit of a tricky way, Sagarika. If the Prime Minister of India comes out and speaks about the controversy about Lalit Modi openly and as frankly as he can, then I will say he's a good communicator. Because when things are right and you have to only abuse the current government and come it into power, it's all very easy. When you've just taken power, you want to chest thump and go to 18 countries and say, I'm now a global leader of sorts, that's also very well. But when you're in a tricky spot, when you have to stand up and say, yes, my conviction says that even my friends and family can be at fault, that is the effective communicator and a truthful man that people are looking for in that Mr. Modi, which promised to be the man that people wanted to see.
Right. So as far as you're concerned, he has to speak on the Lalit Modi affair. And as far as you're concerned, Sushma Swaraj and Vasundhara Raje have to resign. Sachin Pilot, thanks very much indeed for being with us. That was Sachin Pilot strongly stating that unless Sushma Swaraj and Vasundhara Raje resign, the Congress is going to keep up a high decibel campaign. Thanks for watching Capital View. Much more next week.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.